everyone and welcome back to another video. So before this video starts, I'd like to mention that there will not be PvP in this video. I'm not going to be doing any gameplay or anything. This is simply a tutorial, so if you're looking for gameplay, click off. So today I'm basically going to be explaining how I make my thumbnails and what you guys could do to try to make your thumbnails better, or a lot of stuff that you might not know how to do and now you will know how to do kind of stuff. So the thumbnail is actually the most important part of your video. It's even more important than the actual title, because when people are scrolling through their recommended, they first look at the thumbnail, okay? And you need something that can attract them, like something very bright and attractive, so then they will click on it and watch your video and possibly subscribe. So today I'm basically going to be explaining some things you could do to attract people in thumbnails. So yeah, without further ado, I hope you enjoy the video. Alright guys, to start off the video, this is the application that I'm going to be using. Now I do like to say, for those of you who think that you need Photoshop or something to make good thumbnails, you really don't. I use Pixlr, which is a free website that you can simply go on. It's Pixlr.com. I'll put it up on the screen now and I'll leave a link to it in the description. You can also use Photopea, which is more similar to Photoshop, but it just has more things that you can do than Pixlr. I just think that it's too complicated to make Minecraft thumbnails, so I use Pixlr instead, which this Pixlr is really simple for beginners, and I pretty much use it for everything. So you could either use Pixlr X or Pixlr E. I use Pixlr E, but Pixlr X is more for like in real life pictures. So I use Pixlr E, and you can see here my past. It saves your history, so you can just go back and like edit anything that you want. It automatically saves it, so if your Chrome or something crashes and you're like, oh, all that hard work that I did for hours is now just dead, it automatically saves it, so you could just go back and edit anything you want, which I think is really cool because that's something that Photopea doesn't do, and I'm pretty sure Photoshop doesn't either. I'm not sure, I've never had Photoshop, but I love that feature because I hate when I don't save stuff and then it gets deleted. So once you click Pixlr E, you want to go either to open image, you could just open an image, or create new. Now the optimal size for a thumbnail on YouTube is 1280 by 720. So you want to put in the size here. So make sure you have this size because it's kind of important. And then name, you could just name it whatever you want. Thumbnail. And you can add a background of a color. I usually don't because I'm making a thumbnail, but if I'm making like art or something, I can just set it to white from the background. Then you want to press create, and here you have your canvas. So with the scroll, you could zoom in and out. Here you have all your stuff. And what I'm actually going to be making a thumbnail for is this video. So before you start, you want to kind of like get a mindset of what you want your thumbnail to look like. So my idea for this thumbnail is to kind of have a background with me, my like Minecraft character, and kind of act like I'm a teacher and have like a chalkboard here saying like how to make a thumbnail, and then maybe have like a stick like pointing to the chalkboard kind of thing. I don't know. It's not really gameplay, so I want to try to keep it like, oh, I'm teaching you how to make a thumbnail kind of thing. But then what I want to do is I want to shrink down that thumbnail and put it into the chalkboard itself and make a whole nother thing for it, which kind of sounds really complicated, but I think I can do it. So first you want to start with your base layer, which is your background. So if you see for most of my videos, I kind of have like, I'm sorry, if I like hover over, it'll start playing. I kind of have my backgrounds kind of like blurred out. I pretty much blur out the background for every single thing because it kind of just makes it focus more on like the actual thing than the actual background. So that's what I'm going to do first. So since this isn't a gameplay video, I don't really know what to put as my background. Like, I guess I'll just pick a cool picture from Minecraft or something. If I was doing a gameplay video, I would most likely take a picture of replay from the game that I played in the video, or at least get the map that I played on. But since I didn't plan any map or anything, I can basically just choose any background that I want. So I'm going to go into Minecraft real quick and take a background picture. Usually when I take like a background picture, I usually put some like cool shaders on, like Sildur's Vibrant High Motion Blur, because it makes all the Christmas stuff look really cool. See, like this. Like, I think this looks pretty cool. I'm just gonna like this. So I got like the Christmas tree there. I got Hypixel bed wars. Also, you want to press F1 so you don't get your hotbar and chat and everything. Okay, now I have my image here. So you just want to fit it into it because it's most likely not going to be the size. You can also just leave it zoomed in if you want. It depends, but I'm going to leave it zoomed out so then you could see more stuff because I like the Christmas tree and everything. All right, now what I do is I go here to this little like water drop looking thing, which is the blur tool. And you see how it's so small? Well, if you go to this and then you can up the size of it, so now it's bigger. And I just go across like this. And then it just blurs out the background. And I just do it until the entire thing seems blurred. Now that I have my background, I want to get me in there. So some of the things you can use to get your Minecraft skin in there is name MC. And if you just search up your name and you can click on your skin, and it will show a version of your skin here. The only thing is that you can't like move it in any way. I mean, you can, but I kind of want me pointing to stuff. So for this, I'm going to use a different website. So for this, I'm going to be using Novaskins. I'll leave a link to it in the description. Basically, this website can like move your character however you want. If you go up here and you go to pose, you could just do a random pose and your character will move in a random way. I used to use this for a lot of my videos, but now I just kind of keep it simple. To get your actual skin in here, just go to gallery and open, and then pick your skin, and it will pop up here. So if you don't want to do a random pose and the pose just isn't the way you want it, you can also go down here and separately arrange your things. So like this will turn the whole, whoa, I'm doing backflips. So yeah, these things can just arrange everything however you want it. So yeah, I'm just going to arrange things how I want my character to be. This also can take a while because you want to get it just right. So cue the time lapse. Now that I have my character how I want it, I want to copy the image, go back to Pixlr and do Control V. And now I have my character. Although I'm kind of not feeling the background how I want it to feel. I want to kind of feel a bit brighter. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the background, and I'm going to go to Adjustment, Brightness and Contrast, and I'm going to try to make the image just a bit brighter. Like this. And you could just put it to where you want it. Like that's, I think that's pretty good. So then press apply, and yeah, that will stay now. Once again, you can also go back here to change it. Now I have my character here. I can move it however I want it and just adjust it where you want it on here. So I think that's pretty cool. Now what I need is a chalkboard and maybe like a glasses or something, I don't know, and a stick pointing to the chalkboard. So for this, I'm gonna go a website called PNG Wing. This is a website where you can get just like transparent backgrounds and stuff of images however you want it, and I use this for a lot of my stuff. It's really useful. So I'm gonna search up teacher, and this is what comes up. As you can see, this is the kind of thing that I'm looking for, but I don't exactly want a person. So this is the kind of thing that I'm looking for, but I don't want her in here. So what I'm actually gonna do is I'm gonna take him here, and I'm gonna just want to cut out the stick here because I can't find just a stick on its own. So I'm gonna scroll down here after all the ads and download it. Then I'm gonna go back to Pixlr, and I'm gonna want to press the plus arrow here and add an image. Now that I have him in here, I'm gonna want to cut out his little stick thing. So for this, I present to you the lasso, which is basically what I use to cut out all my images if I can't find, you know, this. So since it's just like a shape, I'm gonna go to polygon, which basically just does like straight lines for you. So here I'm just gonna wanna like trace stuff out. So once I have this cut out, you're gonna want to do Control C, which will copy it, and then Control V to paste it. Now we don't need him anymore, so we can right click on it and put it in the garbage. So now that we have just the stick, it's gonna want to go right there or so. But I kind of want to get rid of his fingers here. So what I'm gonna do for this, I'm gonna go over to this tool over here called the picker. I'm gonna want to pick the color of the stick itself, and then go into the brush or the draw. And I want to like sort of put this down a bit. I just want to draw over his fingers, which probably isn't the best way of doing this, but you know, it's whatever. Okay, I see that this here kind of connects with this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to trace some of this around again and just put it into the bottom. So we'll see how this looks. Yeah, that kind of looks better. So I want to duplicate this layer, and the other side looks good. Just put it all down here. And yeah, that looks okay-ish. But first, before I do anything else, I want to name my stick here. I'm going to name it stick. And I want to go ahead and do all the images that I did here, right click on them and press merge down. What this will do, it'll keep it all into one thing. So make sure to do all of them if you have multiple of them. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the eraser here, and I kind of want to erase this part right here because I don't need it. So I'll go a little bit more detailed in there because it kind of looks weird. All right, and there we go. I have my little stick that I got from that guy. Now I want to try to put it into my hand. So what I'm going to do for this is kind of have it like the guy did. I'm going to put it a bit bigger-ish, should I? Actually, first I'm going to get my chalkboard to see the scale of the stick and the chalkboard. Okay, here I actually have two images of a chalkboard because I like this background, but I wanted to stand to it. So I'm just going to shrink this real quick. So my plan is to get this background into this. So first I'm going to just quickly hide this real quick. Basically what this will do is hide the image, but it's still there and it's not locked though. So now I just want this background. So since it's just a box, I'm gonna go ahead to lasso and polygon again. Now what I like to do when I copy and paste things, I'll delete this part. Now that I have my box thing, I'll put this back in and I'll just put my thing in the box. So I see that this doesn't really fit all the way. So what I'm gonna do is go to edit. I'm gonna go to free transform. And I'm just gonna slide this over a bit until it fits. Then what you could do is you could just press anywhere, and do you want to apply this transform? And yes. So now I'm just gonna want to merge the layers, so this is all one big chalkboard now. Now I don't exactly want this here at the bottom, so I'm just gonna erase this real quick. And now I have my chalkboard. Let's go. Now I'm gonna want to put my stick in front of the chalkboard, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna drag my image above the chalkboard. So now it's starting to look like a teacher-ish kind of thing. But now I still have the problem of making the stick to look like it's actually in my hand. So now that I get a whole scale of things, I kind of want to make this a bit bigger. And I think the stick is a pretty good spot. So now I kind of want to put the stick so it's in my hand. So what I'm going to do is kind of what that guy did. I'm just going to take an eraser and just erase this and see how that looks. Although I don't think it's going to look that good since it's Minecraft. Okay, no, it kind of just looks like it's in my hand, literally. Actually, no, maybe? Does it? You know what? Yeah, that kind of looks good. I guess-ish. I don't know. I'm gonna keep it, though. But I'm gonna kind of move this up a bit. Alright, now that we have everything pretty much done, I want to get some text on here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna press the plus sign and add text. Now, since I kind of want like a chalky kind of thing and not just like a Minecraft text, I want to go ahead and download a chalk font, since I don't have one here. So I went over to DaFont, which is a very good website to get fonts on, where you can easily download them. And I kind of want to look for a font that I would use for my thumbnail. I think this might be the one. So I'm going to download it, and you can see it goes down here. Now, to import a font into Pixlr itself, you want to tap on all the fonts here and press add local font. Here it's going to bring up downloads, and then you can click on the chalk font that I want, and it'll come up here. And here I have my font. I'll write what I want in here, and then I want to turn it to white because it's probably the best thing. And yeah, that's my thumbnail. But no, ladies and gentlemen, that is not it, because do you remember what I said at the beginning? I want to shrink this down and put it in my literal thumbnail. So what I'm going to do real quick is I'm going to hide this, and I want to save this image. So I want to go to File, Save, and then press PNG, and then name it whatever you want, and then download. Okay, now that I have this image downloaded, I want to reform my text, and I want to put this all into one image. So what you basically want to do is just merge this all down into one image. So now that it's all in one image, now what I want to do is get the same image that I just downloaded, which is this right here. Now I have my little image here, and I want to import it literally in here. So now that I see that the stick here needs to be overlaid over this, so first I'm going to make this fit. I'm going to go back to Edit, Free Distort. I just want to drag it down. Now, yeah, sure, I'm dragging down the image a little bit, but it's really not that bad. So now I have an image inside of an image, but I kind of want to have my stick here. So what I'm going to do for this is I want to click on my thing. I want to click on the image inside the chalkboard, and I want to lower the transparency on it. Then I want to go over to my original image, and I want to go to the eraser, and I kind of just want to erase this so that it shows the stick in the background. Now that I have my stick overlaid over the top, I'm going to change the transparency back to 100, and boom, we have our thumbnail. Now to make things more pop out, I want to kind of add like rays in the background, which I'll show you in a bit, but before that, I want to add it behind this whole chalkboard. So first, I'm going to go ahead and merge everything down to one layer. And I want to outline this whole chalkboard, including the stick. Now I have my whole thing outlined, Control C and then Control V. And now I have yet again another thing, and I could put it inside here again. Whoa. I'm just kidding. Okay, so now I want to just line things up. I don't know why. Yeah, I'm gonna go back so I could just arrange it how it was before, like this. And now what I want to do is I want to go get my rays. So what I mean by this is this right here. And it's kind of just like this. And I want to line it up to where I want it exactly and then put it behind this image. So now I kind of have like a popping thing out in the background. But I kind of want this a bit bigger, so I'm going to do that. And there we have my completed thumbnail. Alright, but guys, don't forget to do file, save, and then I want to name it something else since I already have a thing named thumbnail. Make sure it's PNG, and then download. Alright guys, that's gonna be pretty much it for this video. I hope this really helped you out a bit. If it did, leave a like on this video and let me know in the comments. But yeah, thank you guys so much for 300 subscribers. And yeah, this video was a little bit different, but I hope you guys liked it. Let me know if you want to see more types of these videos, like how I edit or how I make my montages or stuff like that. I don't know, let me know if you'd be interested in stuff like that. But yeah, that's pretty much all I got for the outro, so I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and goodbye.